Alright, so in this video, I'm going to do my Monday weigh-in, back to my old tradition of doing a weigh-in. I'm still at 271 pounds, according to that scale. And then the weigh-in that I had with my trainer had me way above that. So in any case, you have to have your baseline. So 271 is my baseline again. And I really took time to schedule out my nutrition this week. One of the changes I will have to make is that I will have to cut the sodas completely. Now, it doesn't matter if I stay within calorie count or not, because what I know about sugar is that sugar makes your insulin go up, and if your insulin goes up, then your body's going to be more of a fat storage mode, right? So I have been still messing with the sodas. And you ever notice how certain things you can easily rationalize, like, okay, I'll kind of mess with it a little bit to, and you rationalize, like, okay, well, yeah, soda's only 250 calories, so even if I stay in my calorie count, I should still have a soda. But I think that things are more complicated than that, because I have data, whether I like it or not. I have data. I've been hanging around the 270s for a minute, and even though I've been exercising, running, jogging, jump roping, I'm still hanging at 270. So obviously I'm doing something else that's a hole in what I'm doing, aside from slipping into emotional eating, but then hitting them sodas up. And I'm gonna put it out there that it's probably a soda addiction, because in my definition, an addiction is something that you do or take to help you cope with something, but it's also something that you shouldn't be doing, and you do it anyway. You step outside of your logical realm and go right back to the thing that you shouldn't be fooling around with. In the case, sodas. And for me, sodas is like the same thing with the emotional eating, because we had sodas in the house. That was one of the main things my dad had in the house while he was dealing with diabetes and all that stuff, and the overweight thing. Sodas were in the house, and sodas was one of those things where if you didn't really feel connected with your parent, you could find some source of connection there. We could both open up that big 2-liter around a pizza, and you two could both enjoy how good it tastes. But the problem is not knowing how to stop. Not knowing how to stop, right? Not knowing how to stop drinking those sodas and say, okay, this is enough. And I'll be real with you. If I look around, I can see the sodas in the trash can, if I'm gonna be honest. So how do I move on? Well, this is how I move on. Stop and hold myself accountable. I know that, and I was shown that yesterday, that nobody wants to hold anybody else accountable for things. And oftentimes we struggle to hold accountability for ourselves for the things we want in life. And that's including me. So that's probably a source of where it comes from. It's like, yeah, you can do what you're supposed to do, but where's the accountability? How do you know? How do you make sure? What's the end game here? How do we do that? So I say that to say that the way you move on is you recognize your flaw, and then you actively change it. You don't moving on isn't saying, yeah, I was wrong, then you continue doing the same thing. I've been wanting to lose weight for a very long time. It's one of the few things left in this world that I can control. And I don't want to be overweight. Like, I understand that life is still challenging. We all got limited time on here. That's the truth. But if I can make life, I believe that not being overweight can make life a few degrees better. And I think my life is worth a few degrees better. I think my life is worth getting a few degrees healthier. That's worth it to me now. The problem is that you may be surrounded by people who may not even care about that. They're not even on that. And them not even being aware or on that could lead to their detriment. And so I'm focused on being aware of those things. And, you know, I learned yesterday that even when it comes to the parents or family, that there are going to be places where they're not going to be able to connect with you, that you really want them to connect with you. Some parents don't have a skill set of encouragement. Some parents don't have an ability to see that you need encouragement and then give it to you. So if you got a parent that can see that you're struggling, that knows how to ask questions about you, and can see that you're struggling and then provide some sort of psychological medicine for you, consider yourself blessed, because not everybody has that. And even as an adult, you know, you still look for it. You still look for encouragement. And the reality is that you may not get it, or you're just not going to get it. And so you have to find ways to encourage yourself, and you have to find ways to appreciate yourself and congratulate yourself. This weight loss thing matters to me because I believe that my dad's death was preventable, and I do believe that my grandfather's death would have been preventable. They would have, in that aspect, I feel like we could have got more time. So I have to be the breaker of that system. And it's hard for me because I wasn't raised or taught about nutrition. I was raised about some things, but I wasn't raised and taught about other things. So now I'm here teaching myself. And when I have someone in my life that I raised, that's mine, I will do my best to teach them and pour into them what I know, so that they're not just out of touch with things. So moving on is you getting up. Moving on is feeling what you feel and going forward anyway. Moving on is not knowing what the whole picture is, and you still taking steps forward, and you just take steps. You just move. Moving on is acknowledging the fact that you're not going to know who's going to come through for you. And moving on is accepting that there are certain things your parent is not going to be connecting with you or agree with. Moving on is feeling disappointment and still going anyway. So, yeah, 271 pounds. I'm here. Got my bottled water. Adjustments I'm going to make this week. Continue pursuing 1,500 calories. Cut sodas and chip snacks. I got applesauce at the crib. I got cheese sticks at the crib. I can track that. And also, so we got adjustments. cut the soda, cut chip products, track food, only eat what I cook. 4 things. All right, well, I'm out. I'll see y'all later.